So a couple of weeks ago, I decided to go to a local car boot, and I thought I'd keep my eyes open for, maybe a keyboard or anything like that. I did happen to spy one. It's this lovely little thing here. It's the Casio CT-370. Now, I knew nothing about the keyboard when I picked it up, other than I know the name Casio, as everyone probably does. I thought, I'll see what the guy says, see how much it is. If it's quite cheap, I might go for it. So the guy said £10, which I was like, £10, it's nothing, £10 for a keyboard, that's a steal. So I thought, even if it doesn't work, I may as well, for £10, have it. Maybe I can put it up somewhere. It might look quite cool in the room or in the studio somewhere. So yeah, I just decided to buy it. The downside is it didn't come with a power supply, so I've had to find one that'll work. But all in all, it's a working keyboard for £10. As soon as I got it home, I plugged it in. The output works. It's only a headphone output, which isn't the best, but it's an output. So we've got a headphone output. You've then got 20 sounds on there. And you can also mix between two sounds at the same time there. So you've got, I think they market it as 210 sound options you've got there. It's a full-size keyboard. You've got auto accompaniments, but but we won't really be going into them in this video because it's not something I want to delve into. It's got a single mono speaker. It's got, yeah, it's good for £10, I think. So I thought, why don't I do a video on it and try and see just what we can do with a £10 keyboard. I thought I'd just quickly say as well, usually for like quite a cheap keyboard, the sound is really bad on the output, and often I will modify the speaker to become a line output. However, on this model keyboard, there is absolutely zero hiss on the output there, so the preamp must be pretty decent on the headphones. I don't even have to gain it up that much to get a decent sound out of it, and like I say, there's no hiss. It's honestly like quite a decent keyboard for £10. Okay, so I think the best possible way to figure out how good this keyboard is to just make a song with it. So I'm going to try and make a couple of beats and see how they come out. I don't think I'm going to exclusively try and use just this keyboard because I know there's not a lot of bass end. But maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll find out. Okay, so I'm finished with the first beat I've done, which took me just under half an hour. I thought it was going to go like very IDM, Aphex Twin style, but it's kind of more like hip hop. I tried to use anyway only sounds from that keyboard. So I started with drums, but I think it's hard to get good sounds from those drums because there's not a lot to work with. All the keyboard sounds, they were quite cool. I know I said that there was no hiss, which was good on the output, but I ended up putting that in anyway to make it kind of sound old school lo-fi. I don't think I used a single plugin. I think everything I've used has been just basic Ableton stuff. I've used a couple of Max for Live devices. I've used loads of Beat Repeat, which I can't recommend enough. And I found a dub style delay rack, which I don't know where I've got that from. But that works quite well. The bass is that's made from oh, that might have a contact in actually. Does that have contact? Or is that sample? Oh, it's a sampler. Wow. Okay. Okay. So yeah, everything is made in Ableton. Then everything's using stock plugins, so that's cool. So yeah, this is the first beat anyway. Okay, so it's now the next day. It's not in the morning, it's about 3 o'clock. I've got until about 5. So I think I'm going to spend 2 hours messing about with some sounds on the keyboard. I think I'm going to try sampling it, maybe putting it in sampler, maybe pitching it down, having a mess about and try and come up with another idea. I was editing the video this morning and realised I just have not recorded enough for a video, so I guess I'm doing another beat. So here we go. Okay, so I've been stuck for a little while. I'd say like 10-20 minutes. I've been stuck trying to come up with ideas for this bit. I had this flute idea. Let me solo that for you. So I had, oh, I can't even see the screen. Oh yeah, oh, it's still recording good. So I had this flute idea, which is this one here, and it sounded like this. So that was the flute off the keyboard, but I didn't like that, so I've turned that off. And you can probably hear what I've done now. But basically, I was trying to find something good on the guitar, because I've got this guitar in here, which is just like the fiddly bits. And I've been trying to find something on the guitar, so I was like just jumping through Guitar Rig, and I found this one called Orbiting Berlin, which sounded quite cool, but I couldn't quite get it to fit, so instead I decided to use the DeepMind 6, and it was just on this BOC pad, which I can only assume is Boards of Canada pad, and I decided, what the hell, I'll run it through and we'll see what we get. So now it goes like this. So it's this dark blue area coming up now. I mean, how sick is that? And that's just like, without it on, it sounds like this. Which sounds cool as hell. But you put it on. I don't know how cool it sounds for you guys because it's in stereo, but it sounds sick for me. But yeah, you should always mess about with presets whenever you're struggling for an idea. It's like the best advice I've ever been told. Okay guys, so that's everything that I could think to do with a £10 keyboard. I do hope you enjoyed the video. I thoroughly recommend that if you find a keyboard in a thrift store or anywhere like that and it's quite cheap, as long as you know it's a decent brand, so Yamaha, Casio, Bontempi have some decent ones. Just pick it up, keep your eye out, you know, sample it, get all the sounds on your door and just, I don't know, donate it back to charity if you suppose. But it's definitely a lot of fun, and you can actually find some hidden gems there. I've still got my Yamaha PSS 470, which I did a video on I think last year, so there'll be a link to that somewhere around. In terms of this keyboard, I think I'm going to keep it on for a little bit longer. I quite like the string section on it. So I'm going to play around with that and probably sample that. In terms of this keyboard, I think they're going for like £85 online, which is a bit much for me. So if you're really desperate for these sounds, which I don't suppose you will be, I'm going to sample some of the good ones, and then I'll leave a link down below in the description for anyone to download. The only thing I ask is that I don't have a Patreon, I don't have ads running on my videos, so if you do want to support me, can you please check out my Spotify, and also perhaps subscribe to the channel, because I'm thinking about making a couple more videos. One of the ones I've got in the works at the moment is using every instrument in my studio to make a song, which is a lot because I buy stupid instruments at car boots a lot for cheap. So I've got, I think, 19, 20 instruments in this room alone. Then I've got another studio which has, I don't know, 5 or 6 instruments. So that'd be quite cool. So if you wanna see that, let me know. Like I say, check the description box for any downloads or stuff that I might be doing, and also check out my Spotify. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.